All right, so on the video here, what I do is I do the paint meter reading, so that way we know if there's signs of respray, which we know already, right? But more importantly, we want to know if there's any hidden damage or use of Bondo. At the same time, I'll use this video to point out any cosmetic imperfections or structural issues. So looking at the right front bumper area, here we got some chips here, right? And then little waviness here, and then definitely something going on here. All right, that's all nice and secure. Some touch-up paint here. Rubber looks pretty good, right? The lens, I don't see any cracks, so that looks decent, right? That's pretty important too. Here there is a crack going a long ways, right? And then this is some more chips. Chips we're not too worried about. We know that cosmetically it's got some imperfections. So the paint meter reads in the thousandths of an inch. This is 4.5. When I get a reading of 19.7 specifically, that's when we know we're getting body filler use. 5.5, 9, and 9. Okay, so far so good. The grills look pretty good. Lens is nice and secure. Looking at the windshield, don't see any obvious signs of any cracks, chips, or delamination, right? So pretty straightforward. Windshield wipers look in order. Still need to check the operation. And the dash, I don't see any cracks or blemishes, so it's in pretty good shape. And then the chassis number, I'll be getting that later on. I'm not looking at it now, just so I don't forget. Okay, chassis number, and I'll be taking a photo of that as well. Looking at the body lines, I still need to analyze that when I'm back at the computer. Get some more readings. Fender, 5.5, 4.5, lower portion, 3.5, 5, outside mirror nice and secured, 5.5, 4, and 3. Here there's some dents and some prep work issue. Here's some more chips. I don't think we're too concerned about that. 11.5, 14, 4, good. Quarter panel, and then here you can just see all the paint imperfections is like with the prep work and what have you. 8.5, 6.5, 5.5, 6.5, and more of the prep work issues. Here, looking at the band, we've got a reading of 5 thousandths of an inch, 4, 5. Here, looking at the rear, 4, 7, and 5.5. I'm not seeing any signs of any body filler use, so far so good, right? And then lenses look like they're in good shape. Rear bumper looks good. Okay. All right, there's some more chips here along the line here, and grill looks good. Rear window, don't see any issues there. Let's get some readings on the band. 6, 5.5, 6, 4.5, 3.5, 5.5. Okay, so that's our first reading of 19.7. That's what I mentioned earlier. When we get a reading like that, then we know that there's body filler use here. And let's get some more, see how far it goes. 19.7, 19.7. Okay, so it looks like it's this general, this area right here. And we can see cracking, you can see sand marks there. Looking at the, gotta roll up the windows if I can. Seal is torn there, so that's going to need attention. I don't think that's factory. Looks like something out of a Ford Maverick or something. 5.5, 6, 3.5, 5, 7, 8, 5.5, 6, 7, 5, 7. Good readings along with all the panels. And here's a view of the right side glass. Don't see any blemishes to speak of. Looks pretty straightforward, clean. Right, and then the target top, which I'll be removing. Just a little chip there. Right, so a little less than perfect or perfection. That's the only blemish I see. Let me just walk around the other side just to make sure. All right, so yep, looks like just right there. Connected the battery booster because we want to make sure we check as much of the electronics as possible. So I verified that the windows did go up, they go back down. The passenger side, a little sluggish, a little bit of noise, but it still operates, so that's working well. Seems to be an issue with the horn, and then the pop-up headlights are working as well. Okay, so those are working. Radio I really don't care about, but looks like it's coming on. Yep, that works. Okay, and blower, this is important here. So nothing there. Hazard lights, I don't see anything. I see it illuminating, but fan is working. Good. So that's working. That's a big deal right there. Obviously the running condition we'll have to verify. Really, the cigarette lighter is no big deal. And checking the antenna right now. That's not going up or down, but that's not a big deal either, right? Windshield wipers. Shoot, I got something on there, but let's see if they work. Let's see. So blinkers, and then yeah, nothing on the windshield wipers, so those aren't working. All right. Odometer 18902. Looks like the gauges are operating. Water obviously is not going to move. And then I got the VIN number there again. So that's the electronics test. Let me crank it over too. Might as well. Oh, no, it's not cranking over, but at least we heard it. I checked the lights. Looks like the left reverse light's working. Brake lights are working. Right side is not working. And then let's check the headlights. Looks like the running lights too. The side markers, good. Those are all illuminated, and so is the right side. So good. So not seeing any major electrical issues here.